Yeah, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Terra Invicta. We are Project Exodus, and oh, Canada, getting bigger and stronger over here. That's very nice. We got an extra control point. We're still just working just to boost the funding up. We've got a long way to go before that's maxed out, but we're not anywhere close to the greater North America stuff or anything, so that's okay. I would hate for the economy to slightly retract and I don't know if there's like a little bit of a margin and play around gaining and losing these things. So I'm actually thinking for a little bit, I'm going to go and run some triple economy here just to hopefully give it a little bit more of a buffer against flipping back and forth, just because it would be annoying. I don't know if this is required at all. We'll see. Now, something else I want to address, and this is from a few episodes back. Apparently, I wasn't quite crazy when I saw the message about the aliens setting up a base around something to do with Luna. But I guess it wasn't Luna itself, but the Luna Lagrange point over here. This is where there's an alien base. Now that's a little annoying because now almost certainly the station is established. Okay, just a single defense array, which isn't bad. Observation point has me a little sketched out. I've never dealt with this, but yeah, someone pointed out, and again, this was a few episodes back. I just imagine him. I must have misread. It didn't say Luna. It must have said something else, but no, right there. And then there is a little fleet assigned. We'll probably be looking to do a bit of a boop there. Now, we have had a couple more of our stations raided. We don't currently have a shipyard around Earth that is still being rebuilt, and I think there's one other station around Earth that's being rebuilt. That being said, I did send out a couple more mining bases to be set up around a couple more asteroids that were looking fairly promising. I was like, all right, I think we'll spend a little bit more mission control. Again, I'm a little bit worried about the passive hate, and I do want to leave some room here for our actual ships as well. But we had some space, and there were a couple of decent ones. I'd seen in the device that the best ones are usually these carbonaceous metallic asteroids, and to just sort of eyeball those for things. And so we can see Farkas base and Okawa base over here are being set up. They don't have any fissibles, and I was a little worried about that. If I sorted for fissibles, all the good fissible sites are taken, and maybe we weren't aggressive enough. I mean, the one with the highest number is by us, but of course this does get multiplied, I think, by your HAB, like your mining settlement level, as well as your modifiers. So it's possible that another site has actually like better raw fissibles, but I mean, we're making 123, like, hopefully that'll make us last, and it'll be interesting to see what the next set of asteroids will be, and when we get to Jupiter, what that might look like. I don't know how much mining we'll set up out there. I'm trying to remember when we played our first game, how much more mining we did beyond Mercury and Mars. And of course, we could go and boop some of the other settlements around Mercury and Mars and take them over. That's always a possibility too. There we go. A few go to ground missions. What has changed? It's still the alien doing the weird enthrall stuff, mostly around Belarus. I've had to flip that trait, or that control point back a few times. There we go. Okay. Shipyard is coming online now. You are back, which is great. Now, I am going to design the next level ship. Oh, I think... Hold on. I think something happened that I didn't respond. First of all, very annoying. The AI is... I mean, we're doing this, the diamondoids. The AI is going all material science. I put water purification aside for a bit, and then something finished, and then I saw this, I'm like, oh, I've got a partially completed tech, and I re-queued it up, but I think I'd cancel it mostly because we're splitting all these percentages. But the important thing is, if we sort by name, I believe the Helican drive just unlocked, and it's only 1,000 science. So I was looking at the chart. So there's, I mean, people are always putting out these engine charts. I will, if you're on the Discord, I'm going to try to remember to share some links to a couple of useful websites. But there's one website, jvhammer.github.io, Terra Invicta Drive Performance Charts. If you Google that, it's a nice little interactive chart. It's very similar to what people have done like Photoshop and stuff before, but it's got some nice interactivity with it. And then when you click on one of the engines there, it links to something called Sarah's Tech Tree site, Sarah's Tech Tree website, which I'd never heard about before, but it's the Terra Invicta Tech Tree in a format that's a lot more browsable, in my opinion, and it's really nice to be able to check some conditions for these things. That is really handy. You can even check off what techs you have done in this view. I mean, I haven't. I'd have to do that really from the start, really, but it's a great way to manage. Anyway, The chart has made it really nice to see the value of the various drives and where they sit. I do have to admit, I think I said at some point, like, oh, I don't know if we're interested in Dusty Plasma Drive. Turns out the Dusty Plasma Drive has insane efficiency, and if it does come up, we might consider it. I mean, not very fast battle-wise, but insane efficiency. Still, the Helican Drive is going to be a boost above grid in terms of efficiency, and slightly more combat speed. The burner has more combat speed, but even then, we know it's not that useful. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll pick up these advanced railgun batteries as well, and we'll probably incorporate that into a wee bit of a design to ideally go and clear out the Lagrange point. I'm worried the observation thing is doing the same thing as the surveillance missions, and passively earning a bunch of effectively abduction sort of points in progress for the aliens. All right, we got our Mark III railgun stuff. And then we're going to queue up. We're still going to go military tech over here. In fact, let's sort by category and find the starred military techs. Coil guns, obviously we're going to want to go... Well, I mean, these aren't the siege coils, so I'm not entirely 100% certain if that's what we need right now. But what else would we get? I don't need this. I don't need this. I mean, these are things I'm going to want for these passive bonuses, and they're going to effectively feel cheaper and cheaper as we go. I do like extra officers. And extra officers. Sabotage. I don't think... Well... Do we need to assault to... No, we can blow up a station. Right? Our ships can just blow up a station. We don't need to assault them with Marines, do we? Why do we want to do one versus the other? I guess the Marine is a takeover. I don't think we can take over alien bases, but maybe we get more intel. There's something with that. I don't think this is required. Now, the advanced ECM module is actually quite tempting. This isn't one of our military techs. And again, we had been behind on military for a long time, that it feels like maybe we should focus on that. I don't think I'm doing any computer type tech. Okay, let's start this. I don't know if this boosts our space stations as well. I don't know if they come with an ECM module installed. It'd be nice if they did, but we'll throw that in. I'm not going to wait for that to finish. Certainly the Helican drive. Oh, what kind of engine propellant noble gases? And actually, hold on. I can check that on the drive chart screen. I think... oh, it's an electromagnetic drive. I think the electromagnetic drive isn't tied to a specific reactor. I think it just needs power, and it's going to consume noble gases. Okay, well, we'll find out, I guess, when we get the ship design. It's going to take 2 seconds to unlock this, and then we'll poke around and see. Yeah, more just regular building of, like, probably rebuilding some stations around Earth. Right now, what's our lowest tech thing? It's not bad. Information science is at 52%. And I think I did just build a bunch. I think one of the asteroids with the extra power I had, I think I filled it with information stuff. Another alien fleet launching towards Earth. And we know our point defense can't actually hold them off. I think I'm just going to limit myself to 2-point defense everywhere, because I think that'll hold off any human factions, like if the servants decide to get all cranky at me. But I don't think we need more than that. Oh, just passive bonus for ECM better against aliens. Well, that's quite good. New orgs in the market as well. And their alliance, okay. Oh, what else happened? Ireland is in the EU, and Iceland is literally part of the European Union. We've unified with Iceland. We have federalized with Ireland. We're going to have to kick out the initiative at some point. I mean, we had a half a year to do it if we want to integrate you as quickly as possible. Yeah, we're working on full fun. Honestly, I don't mind the economy side either, but I think there was a lot of funding to do here. Yeah, because you got 91 as a raw. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, that's fine. And yes, we're slightly over control point limit, but barely. No one's got a promotion. There was a little bit of org freeing up with some admin that's done, so a couple people aren't quite at their cap anymore, but it's looking better. Everyone's got a bit of a job. Recently did some go to ground for a few people, and there's nothing specific for me to be targeting right at this moment. We can't really take over more territory. We've got both of Canada and, both of Canada. We've got Canada, USA, and Mexico completely locked down and ready for the future and giving us a fair amount of stuff. Murica here still has a lot of mission control to get. But look, we're now, well, it's still technically at moderate for the inequality, but I pulled it back from the 3 pips in welfare back down to 1 because it's basically about to hit low. And that seemed okay. All right, it's feeling good here. All right, there's the healing drive. I'll queue up something else. Missiles do more damage, contraband scanners. Greater Europe we're clearly looking for, but I'm sorry, am I researching the Greater North America? Oh yeah, United North America is underworks. Good. I mean, we could just do this. I mean, it's super cheap, and a little bit more control points is never a bad thing. Yeah, so this gives us influence. I don't think we need that. These are, oh yeah, the enthrall missions are actually really bad. It's going to be expensive. Oh, there's another anti-enthrall. That's, yeah. That's nice. Let's take this. Yeah, we need to fight back against the enthrall missions. They're too frustrating. That seems okay. Oh wait, I have to go and do ship design. That's right. Hold on. So, let's start working here. We could consider going up to cruiser. It really depends on how much of a front gun we've got. Now, what's this cruiser versus the battleship? Oh, the cruiser has tons of utility. Okay, no. So if we want to fight, we want the battleship or the battle cruiser. I mean, they have battle in the name, and it depends on what we're looking to mount on the front, which is kind of an interesting question here. I know I did have some notes. I was trying to keep an eye out for some of the meta type stuff. I think, all right, let's focus on what we can do with the nose weapon here, right? If we looked at, yeah, not guns, but magnetic weapons. So we can hide this Mark II and that Mark II and that and you. And these are Mark I's of a different class, which is fine. Yeah, okay, so we only have a Mark I heavy siege coiler, which might be a fine start. But again, it's got a little bit of that range issue. I think we're going to go and do a laser for the front on this pass here. You know, understanding that at long range is going to have sort of middling efficiency, we will see. Now, for hull, these are all... Is this just literally the better upgrade? I think these are the same, and this one here is just better. It hits harder, sure, it has fewer shots, more damage. I think that's probably the case. You know, hold on. Oh, were we still on guns? Sorry, never mind. I was like, why is this not as impressive as I'd like? There you go. I was thinking of putting the railgun batteries in here. Because the Mark III railgun batteries, which first of all, we can hide the Mark Is and Mark IIs, and actually the same thing applies in a few of these other categories. So yeah, light, medium, heavy. Well, I suppose I might want a point defense. So I guess maybe I do want a light. Well, I guess we're probably not going to pack a magazine on here. And yeah, we'll put the point defense, I think, like that as a bit of a protection. So we're going to try to laser things. We're going to try to shoot down little projectiles and hope that works out. Oh, but the whole thing was, let's look at our drives over here. So the Helican drive does have our best exhaust velocity. Its efficiency isn't great, and I think that's related to how much heat it generates. And it heat sinks and things like that, but still, we'll do that. And actually, it does have more thrust than our grid drive, as we said. Of course, the burner drive, much more. So this is still not going to maneuver in combat, but that's going to have to be okay. So let's bring you up to 6. Let's give you some propellant tanks as sort of been an idea. We're going to put the nanotube armor, and we might still just... I think we'll probably go and put more armor, but how much more is a big question, and how much more on the sides, or do we just not do that? I think we're going to have to do some. Anyway, power plant. So yeah, we can put in whatever we want here. So we're going to want the lightest one, which is our gas core fission reactor 3. We're going to want that in here. And then batteries, we just got the 1. And radiators, I mean, we have more than that, but we've obsoleted the rest. Utility modules is interesting. I don't think we're going to do heat sinks. I don't think a repair bay. We're not going to laser engine with just this. I mean, I suppose instead of the light railgun, I could put a laser in there. What I like about this is it doesn't have the range fall off. And 600 kilometers. So it'll be good for anything that's moving in on like a flank and things like that. And, you know, shooting the... Yeah, now I think that's good. I don't know if it counts as having much of a travel time, but I don't think it can be shot down. I don't know if we need magazines. Okay, so we're still, I think, researching the level 3 ECM, and that's fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Vector thrusters we don't need. We don't have a salvage module. Yeah, what do we put in here? Do we drop a couple of marine groups in here? Which we'd have to research, but it would take 2 seconds to do. That's interesting. Anyway, how much Delta V are we looking at currently? 58's not bad. That'll get us to some of the planets. I mean, we can go and... Again, there's diminishing returns here as you end up using most of your Delta V, just shuffling your fuel around. But we could get ourselves 100k Delta V. That's not bad. We might want be like, maybe this is a sign of, you know what, we could deal with some extra weight. Now, side armor is very heavy. You can see how much that dropped us. And I still wonder, like, mostly it's, well, let's hope that we're not getting hit too hard from the sides. Maybe we do a little bit more, again, to tank a few shots. I don't know. There's probably some sort of calculation of like, okay, well, this is going to stop, you know, long-range little laser fire, but anything else is like effectively the same as having 0. There's probably some magic value with some of these things like that, but I don't know. Since I don't have the utility modules, I am wondering if right now the right thing to do is actually to go battleship. Right? Because we end up with... Well, it's okay. It's only got the double front instead of the triple front. That is considerably weaker. But I think that we don't build this quite yet. And then... Instead of the Ferrocite scanner, do I put the United North America on pause for just a second? Maybe I do put that on pause for just a second. Because I want to, like, federize, but it's not... I'm not going to be unifying probably... Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to wait for full funding everywhere, but let me consider changing project here. But yeah, we could consider throwing some Marines. I think this is the... Yeah, this is the module for the station. This is the module for the ship. And that would only be the tier 1, but it would take microseconds to research. Why'd you just go all laser instead? Okay, you've arrived. Well, we're not going to do anything with you. Are you crashing? You're not crashing. Okay. Sorry, crash landing the ship is what I mean.
Things are cooling off.
I don't know if we've had much of a game crash too often. Well, no, we did. We just had one not too long ago. I don't tend to build the defensive barracks, but honestly, let's just go ahead and like get out of the way. Regime change in Sudan. Oh, getting rid of some servant stuff. That's interesting. Okay. And yeah, we could be looking more at some like doing coups or even warfare, but. You know, that's not the sort of vibe I go in. Right now, we've got the control point maxed out, so that's fine. Okay. No. Oh, you know, it would split our Xeno, but honestly, it might be worth doing. The robotics one? Yeah, the 5% faster is nice. The alien adapted ECM is really cheap. Since I'm doing more than one, it might be worth doing. What's rapid? Military priority. A few of these will get... Fuel cells we really don't need, right? These are just... Yeah, these take the place of power gen, right? Yeah. So this is just... We'll never use those. I don't think I particularly care for better... Like, I don't tend to use heat sinks, and that's a pretty bad one, so I think I can just hide that. Compact solid core fission reactor. Does this lead to anything I care about? I'm not sure. And then we got some repeatables down there. It'd be nice to have a ship with a salvage bay. Although I don't want to do any material stuff right now because it's split so much. Unless I just stopped researching the global text, but I don't really want to move that way. Okay, let's, I don't know if this leads... These are just coil gun batteries. I don't know if this contributes in a way that's all that helpful. Regular coil gun battery... Where's your range? Targeting range. Okay, not that much, but this is the tier 1. I don't know if you tend to use these. These are their hull ones, right? Opposed to the nose? Higher velocity. Maybe it's good. I'm not sure. Repairing. Oh, But again, it's the material research. That is so annoying. All right, just go back to United North America. That's going to be okay. Let me come back over here and give it another think. Okay. What if we go full laser? How do we feel about that? So that nose laser. And then, do we even actually go point defense, or do we do double normal lasers? I don't know, maybe we do this. So what's the range on this? 600. Of course, there's a lot of fall off, so things would have to be fairly close for this to do much damage, but maybe. And then, yeah, that opens up the laser engine. Oh, we also wanted the liquid hydrogen containment. Unless, hold on, unless... I was going to say, is it incompatible with certain types of... Oh. Cars are drive that use a hydrogen propellant. So this, okay, that only works for hydrogen drives, which is just a burner. Okay. So that's why there was like one fewer module than I'd expected in here. I suppose I could stack multiple laser engines. I'm not sure that's quite worthwhile. Obviously, still the ECM targeting computer. Hell, I could go with double laser engines. That's interesting. Actually, this is... I'm liking that. For armor, nanotube all over. Some amount in the front still. Okay, yeah, I am liking this. Get you, get you, get you. I guess, oh, we do want to give you a roll. And your... I kind of wish we had the description somewhere else, but... I mean, I think we still want to engage at long... I don't know, maybe medium range engagement is vaguely correct. I don't know how long medium range is. No, we want to start at long range. And I wonder if there's another way to, like, list these. Like, I think the penetrator is going to be long range, short engagement. Protector is long range, short engagement, point defense. I mean, some of this is part of the auto design, but I think it affects some of the other behaviors as well. There you go. Sort of long. There, the intruder type thing. Yeah, that seems okay. So 100 Delta V. Double lasers. I like this a lot more. And I mean, here we're not putting the Marine things on, but we might want to wait for the higher rank Marines anyway. And we might just need one Marine ship, right? We don't necessarily need every single one of these to have Marines. We can just have a variant of these that has the transport on it, which might turn out to be superior. I don't hate this. I just don't know how much armor I should be mounting. I mean, getting the hits in the engine is pretty bad. I kind of want to do this. The side is so expensive that I feel like we might have to hold off on that. But I don't hate this. We're still at 100 Delta V, which is pretty easy to remember. I might be good with this. All right. Laser BC. Yeah, laser battle cruiser. All right. And yeah, it doesn't accelerate very fast at all. It's still not going to work to catch people who want to run away from us. But there we go. All right, ship construction around Earth. We want the laser BC. There you go. Let's start a queue of 5 of those. Okay. What? I mean, maybe the design won't work at all. We'll see. Oh, the Academy's flying around. Hey! I haven't gotten a lot of alerts for some of these guys. Okay. Goddamn. Alien really wants to flip Belarus. Trajectory low Earth orbit. Okay, well, that's fine. We're only at 3 pips of alien hate now. I mean, we might try to just boop this guy. I know they're going to want to revenge themselves, but so be it. Rivalries. Okay. Letitia, if I wanted you to go and do this guy. Okay, we have no intel levels. We're aware of it, but we don't have any intel levels. So what we actually have to do is we have to investigate this alien. Let's go with that.
Tracking target.
And Letitia can also help with the investigation because she's not bad at this.
We'll see what they're up to.
Okay, we've got a few things on repeat. Anyone's got a level up? No. Can live without those. There might be a specific mission we're looking for. But okay, we'll do this. Oh, hold on. Should I be reflipping this point first. Ugh, you know what? I think I kind of have to. Let's go crack down.
Targeting their center of
and purge.
Targeting the opposition.
Okay, let's do that. Now, they might be able to sneak in a quick protect and beat us there, but yeah, we have to give this a go. No one else has got a decent investigation, I don't think, so we're not going to send anything there. Oh, control point limit just went up. Did we just level someone? Did we just get something? Did we just... Oh, we lost a control point. That's what happened. Derp. Science-wise, I think we're still okay over here. Still very annoyed that we're researching everything in one field over here. Maybe I should get a bunch more material research buildings. It's not actually a terrible idea, and in fact, I suspect, if I look at my HABs, I think there's probably still some HABs here that were basically still tier 1-ish. Like here. Maybe we'll go and upgrade you, and then, I mean, it'll take a bit, and we'll put some materials in there. I mean, I guess all the ones that are level 1 at this point we can do. I think I was saving a little bit of MC. I want to reserve the place. Okay, let's stop there for the moment. Lock in these assignments. See if we can get a control point back in Belarus. I mean, what I would just hate is for them to go after the executive point now. Okay, they did protect, which is going to change all of our odds, and it'll probably cause all this to fail, but who knows? We might get lucky. If we get the crackdown... Oh, we were so close! Dang it. Maybe I should have just gone to see if we can assassinate the alien. Right, you've arrived there. No, decline. Oh, it's a crash down. Oh, shoot, so that means there's another alien running around over here. Amazing! Okay. I was really hoping we could count on Humanity First to deal with these guys. And again,
the opposition remains in power.
Critical failure. Lost some public support. Amazing. I suppose we might just have to do some PR in Belarus. I mean, we could let it fall for a little bit, but... I don't suppose that's still the alien here, is it? 98%. No. There's one in India. There's one in Brazil. Huh. I don't know about the one that was here. Who's this guy? Do we want to boop him? His persuasion might be annoying. I don't know how that he's enough of a problem to justify just eliminating. I guess we could find out who happens to be hanging around in Belarus right now. Maybe we'll just put a ping on him.
Ready.
And, alright. Oh, we got a couple of spots to investigate.
On their way to the target site.
Ready for my mission.
Actually, Henrietta, I'm going to get you to do PR work.
We must persuade the people.
Reporting in.
Yeah, okay, we don't need to do both alien sites immediately. That's probably fine. Could have waited for the next ECM module for our ships, but no, I think I'm happy with starting to build them now.
I will help them.
We could always run a little upgrade on them.
I have new information.
The Protectorate Agent. You know what? Let's keep scanning you. Let's get some more info.
Public sentiment is
maybe you're someone we need to boot. Yeah, get more public sentiment over here. It'll help us with a few operations. Another alien ship is arriving. Hopefully not another crash land. And hopefully they were like someone who was planning to come and boop one of our space stations. They got here, they realized they don't hate us as much as they thought, or things are more defended than they thought, and then they're leaving. I don't know if that's the case. Bean station, right. Oh, this was replacing one of the ones that got blowed up. Erratic leader behavior in Russia. Okay. This might be where the alien went, which would make sense, of course. I knew it wasn't that guy. Yeah, I probably should have assumed they'd moved from the Minsk region over here. Enemies are planning. Maybe I'll do an intel on you, actually.
I'm here.
If I do a surveillance... Yeah, there we go. That's definitely the alien. And the one that's been nearby. All right, only 65% chance, but I guess we'll take it. Letitia, I'll just get you to investigate another location. And I don't think anyone's got a level up. No, 17 is the most, and you don't have the cheap things. Okay. And yeah, we might have to do a little crack here, we'll see. Would love to be friends with the Resistance again, but that may never be. It's entirely possible that it won't happen. But we'll give them a ring at some point. Yeah, you guys are doing okay. Moderate and going down. I don't know, maybe, you know, let's keep pushing the welfare a little bit more. Just to properly get into the low.
Offering assistance.
Lending my expertise.
I wonder what we're going to use the exotics for first.
Person of interest surveilled.
Okay. Success. Well, let's repeat and continue. Another alien fleet. That doesn't look
The
like a
people
crash
will
landing
come
one.
to our side.
Let's repeat and continue that in Belarus as well. And we'll probably be able to do a crackdown. It's not a huge economy, so it's not going to be too bad. Okay. So, you're currently rocking solar arrays. If we upgrade them and it's going to power down you anyway, I think we'll probably just upgrade you with the heavy fission reactors. Be just more space efficient. So yeah, that did shut down a couple of things. You were doing Xeno research. We'll throw that back in. We'll get a couple of layered defense arrays in here. You're in low Earth orbits. We'll get an admin node as well. And I don't know that we need more Xeno research. The maximum of 9. Again, it would be great to have an easy note of how many of these we've got. I'm going to go ahead and commit this one to do that. We won't need any more Xeno ones, which might be relevant to whatever this station was, Ramon Station. So, you had the basic fission arrays. You know, it's fine. Do that. Upgrade you two. I'm going to say we don't need that Xenology lab. I'll get another heavy fission array, a couple of layered defense. And then, well, since this is an interface orbit, we might want to be aware of what interface bonus we get. On the other hand, materials. What is this? Military priority. I mean, that's not bad, but most I'm just thinking we might just need more materials research. So I kind of think I'm going to go and push in here. Let me throw in a solar array because it's very cheap. And then we'll do that. And then we've got another one of these, a Gagarin station. So we'll give it the full treatment. We'll give it a couple of heavy fission arrays, 2 of those, and you had Xeno research. I don't think you're going to need Xeno research. Maybe I'll throw in more military to make sure we've got the full bonus to our military strength, right? Because you get 0.06 extra miltech value up to 0.3. Let's make sure we're locked in there. We may have already been, I don't know. But we do a lot of military research too. Okay, we're locked in as the thing to get diamondoids. I think I still want to keep pushing. First of all, if we get the shaped nuclear torpedoes, that could be really interesting. But I kind of just want to finish one of these, and it's the cheapest, and then get away from material science. That's coming, that's coming, that's coming. Yeah, giving them a penalty to their enthralls is going to be, I think, very significant. Surinam's getting some abductions. Russia's getting more abductions. There's a
Here's
crack
what we
control
found.
point in Russia, which is interesting. We have to get back our Belarus one, which will probably put us back over the cap. So I don't know if it's worth grabbing that. It's semi-tempting, but I think until we can do a full push, I don't think we want to do that. Interesting. The one in Suriname, it's not the one we're concerned about, but it's starting at a 7%, which is crazy. Oh, do we not have espionage on you? We have no intel bonus. That's odd. I know there's some more sites to come and do, but I'm just wondering about throwing in here. I don't know, maybe not. That is a little expensive. We'll investigate, that's going to be fine, and yeah, no level up 18 is not on someone who's got the discount. All right, confirm. Set as a favorite for the marine units. Ultimately, we're definitely going to want the tier 3. There we go. Penalty on enthrall, which is good. I think I'm going to have to go for the other penalty against enthrall, which was public behavior monitoring. Yeah, I think we really need to go and get those modifiers going on.
We've got some intel on our target.
Thank you for the intel. Repeat and continue.
We're winning
We
their
have a lot of
hearts and
orgs too.
minds.
Ooh, critical success in Belarus. Nice.
Order.
We might. I'm going to do maybe just one more time. I don't think we have to go crazy on that. Russia, Sudan. Okay. Nigeria, Sudan. Some people getting called in, I think. Yeah, someone's going crazy in Brazil right now.
Recon complete.
Okay, Bean Station. Yeah, you're just still building up. That's okay. And the hate meter, of course, will go up if we do boop this alien, but... Rivalry. And let's check here with Letitia if we wanted to try to boop this guy now. Well, it's not starting at just 1%. But yeah, we could get more intel than this. We can get up to a +5 bonus, and I think it's going to be a pretty substantial bonus.
Your orders.
Where do you need me?
Oh, we've got something burninate. Okay, you
Headed there
just keep
now.
investigating then. And Grant, I need you to burninate some life forms. Oh, geez, there's tons all over the place. I am behind on my life form purging. Are we going to get ourselves a kaiju? Oof. Okay. At least assaulting does give you lots of XP. As I say, the ones with 16 here might be worth checking. So you're at 26. Do you still have... Oh, you do have Delphi brand still. So I think that was... I think I got an event that was going to force a bad trait on her. I think it got rid of her freaking... her fast learner trait. And I think gave her brazen. Oh, that's annoying. And then Letitia doesn't have the trait, so... Alright, no level up there. Everyone's getting a little older, too, and I'm really worried we're going to be cycling our crew here at some point, which might make for an awkward rebuild. Think I'm okay with this assignment? Sure. Now, if this guy moved back to Belarus, we'd have a pretty strong push, although I suppose he's not going to have much of an incentive to do that unless we go and boop this point. Okay, we got more intel. Well, I'll tell you, I'll click the repeat and continue, but we may not actually need it if we're at level 5.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, I'm not going to repeat that mission. Another enthrall penalty. Good. Yeah, let's set as a favorite. I think we probably should have looked at that a little sooner. Somalia, Ethiopia going to war. Okay, there's a lot of kerfuffleage going down here. Wow.
Score 1 for the good guys.
Completely wiped out. That's good. We've got a lot of work to do, so it's nice not to have to repeat it. And yeah, we don't have Iran anymore, but that's okay. I think we got a lot of value out of that. We're not making a ton of money per turn right now, but I think we're okay. All right, so the big question is, Letitia, what's your boopology score currently? Assassinate over here, starting at 4%. Okay, we're at 5, which is the cap. It's not a great odd here, but I'm gonna get this started. Commander Grant, you're gonna keep burninating the countryside.
Heading to the LZ.
And then we need someone to do a protect mission, which cannot be Henrietta. Okay, Yoko, you can go and do a crackdown in Belarus.
Applying pressure
And then
on
we'll have to follow up with a purge. It's not going to be a 1-2 combo because of the assassination, unless I want to wait, but I don't really want to wait.
Acknowledged.
So you can do a protect. I don't think the skill of the protector matters. I think you only need a protect to prevent a, I think if you get a crit fail on an assassination, then I think your counselor dies. So I think you just turned it off with a little protect. I hope. Oh boy, I really hope that's accurate. Oh, but we can get some level ups here. Grant, yeah, you can use an extra pip of admin to finish that. Part of me was thinking about doing command because you're actively doing that. So what can we do with this? We can only get a 2-star, obviously. Or, I mean, we get a couple of 1-stars. This doesn't give you missions, but do you necessarily need missions? I don't know how exciting that one is. I mean, just some science all the time. Must be government. Does unlock a lot of missions. Again, it would be great if here it told us if these are missions we have. Like a little plus, or highlight the thing in green or something like that to show that this would actually gain you a mission. Stat-wise, it's not terribly important. I think Argus is going to do it. Special Forces here does give you relevant skills. I mean, you could always just go for some engineering, some science. You know, there's kind of nothing wrong with that. I don't know how valuable this one is, actually. Because it's only one attribute point. The question is, how much is the +2 engineering? This is, what, 2% faster projects all the time, right? Although, is there the diminishing return once you get to 100? I might just keep waiting. Special forces, a lot of ops. We're not making that many ops per month, but we have tons stored up. We just don't use them that often. Gives you command, which is really useful for you. Security is one of those where it's always going to be good, but I don't think I care about the extra points that it's spending here. Like where the percentages are for things. I think I'll wait. Although it does have the plus 6% mission control, which would help with our development in the United States, but I think I'm going to wait on that. Okay, sorry to end this on a cliffhanger with the assassination, but we're 40 minutes into this episode, so I think what we want to do is put a cut in here. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.